Hey, good morning, everyone, and good morning or good afternoon to those in the afternoon. So thank you for joining today. I'm David Kingsbury. I'm going to lead most of the presentation today, and I have with us Jacob. Good morning, Jacob. How are you?
Good. How are you doing, David?
Good, good. I'm cold. I don't know about the rest of you guys. Half the country is in a deep freeze, and we are as well here in Huntsville, Alabama. Um, And Helen is unable to join us today. She's kicking off a new customer of ours. So we're really excited to have uh, lots of new customers joining us. Certainly last year was a banner year for us, so we're excited about that. And we're excited about you guys as well. And so we're going to get started. We're going to try to keep it to 30 minutes. We do cover a lot of material here. We ask you to reach out to us so we can jump into a deeper discussion with you to help you understand some of the concepts. And certainly Jacob is and the rest of our support team is always available for you as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, our quick agenda. We're going to talk about industry insights just for a minute because that's going to drive a lot of our future webinars this year. And then we're going to jump into automation and how is it so helpful? What are those capabilities that exist in Deep Target DXP? And what could be your list for success this year? Adding some of them, because we know that not everybody is able to utilize all of these capabilities. So maybe just adding one or two of them each quarter with our help would be awesome. And then we're going to do a Java Joy as well. So let's get started. First of all, our 2024 outlook. So here's a couple of insights. Certainly, I'm sure you guys have felt them, seen them, or are bracing for them. But AI and machine learning, we've talked about it for several years now, but it's really going mainstream, especially the generative AI. And we'll talk a little bit about, you guys may have heard, seen, that we've actually released a capability called AdBuzz, where you can generate the content of the ad using AI. And it's a really cool setup. We'll talk about it in just a minute. And then secondarily, machine learning predictions of those high propensity users interested in a product or service are even more impactful. In fact, I'll just share we've updated our machine learning model in our data set. So it's going to be super impactful for you to use our predictive model targeted campaigns. Okay. And then fractional service support makes more sense now, dollars and cents, than ever before. Maintaining, as you guys know, in-house experts on all the system does stretch your teams or your team or your one person that's doing it all. Uh, and then systems become underutilized because of that. And that's why we're here for a lot of reasons to help you guys do that. But because of that, your ROI may be weaker than expected. And so we're going to help you do more of that. And certainly attrition is always a constant concern. We were just on the phone yesterday with one of our customers that lost their marketing specialist. So we're stepping in to give them a hand. So be prepared for all these. I think you know that, but that's one of the reasons for this webinar is how automation can make your job easier. So why is it so important? First of all, it's a great way to save you time and ensure that continuous user engagement is happening. You can create your campaigns once and they magically engage users, and you can watch those results on a periodic basis and make adjustments as well. And remember, we offer a review meeting at least every 6 months that we can help you do that optimization or at least give you guidance on how that might work. And then the software itself is going to tell you a bunch of things to help you. Okay. So let's get into those 4 areas. First of all, campaign administration. We're going to talk about how you can administer your campaigns automatically, the results from that can be reported to you, how you can get campaign ad display to do things magically for you, and certainly the data ingestion. So once again, a lot of topics, but we're going to move through them pretty succinctly to touch on them, just to remind you of the capabilities, and then reach out if we can help you with those. So first of all, in campaign administration, you can auto start and stop campaigns. We'll talk about that in detail. So you could publish a campaign today that launches in Q2 and then turns off the last day of Q2. So very powerful. Detargeting, which we're real proud of, which is totally unique in the market, an automated way to turn ads off if engagement is not occurring. Automated target audiences. So use our technology, generate your audiences, and use those in different ways. And then 2 automated emails that occur inside of Detarget. And so they can be really powerful. We'll show you examples of all of those, okay? So first of all, auto start and stop campaigns. So for any campaign you're working on, getting ready to launch, you can set it up so that it can start and stop at a future day and time. And we have a lot of our customers that are doing this today. In fact, Jacob, how many of our customers would you say use this technology inside of the campaigns?
David, I would probably say at least half of our customers use this today. Some people more than others for all of their campaigns. But in some sort of fashion, holiday campaigns, timely messages that are important.
That's right. That's right. But if you've got, I don't know, Memorial Day coming up and you want to say something, or special promotions that have start and stop. So really powerful capability, and you don't have to worry about it. And you'll see it in the displays that something has actually been either turned on or turned off. So that's a great thing to do. Detargeting. So this is a really cool concept that says, hey, I want to watch this campaign for 30 days, so target on days. So let's say I'm going to run it. The campaign starts up. It's going to run 30 days. I need a minimum number of impressions of some number. So we're going to run 30 days, perhaps. We're going to look for a minimum of 25 impressions. And if there's no click, we're going to turn this ad off for that unique user for a period of days. So it would look like simply like this. We're going to leave it running for 30. If minimum impressions are reached, then we're going to turn it off. And no click, we're going to turn it off, and then we're going to run it another 30 days. So you have this constant checking that's going on to make sure that there's some relevancy for that particular user. And if it's not relevant, you want to open that ad space for other customers. And so, Jacob, once again, how many of our customers do you think are using detargeting today? Do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head. I'd say it's probably less than the campaign scheduler. I talked to a couple customers that aren't aware that that's there, but I think it's a really powerful feature that can kind of help avoid some oversaturations with these campaigns that run a little longer term.
That's right. That's exactly right. So great capability. Don't forget about it. We can help you set that up as well. Okay. Then what about the target audiences? So as I mentioned before, our target by predictive model is based on our AI and machine learning model. And what it uses is all of the engagement that have occurred across all of our customers anonymized so that it actually helps you pick your top users that would be interested in, for instance, this case, a HELOC. And with that list generated by our model, you can export that under the flyout menu here per campaign and export that audience to a CSV so you can go do further work with it. So great way to augment other channels if you wish, or just see what that list looks like, right? Okay, perfect. Oh, and I apologize, Jacob, how many of our customers do you think are using automated our automation with machine learning and our predictive models? Do you know?
Well, I do believe there's a great amount of customers that utilize that predictive model feature. I've talked to some that have started to export that audience. I think it's becoming more prevalent here as of recent, with email being a very common way to interact with some of these members.
That's right. In fact, probably the most prominent way to interact. So email is still just as powerful as it has always been. So targeting with it is even more and more important. Okay, great. And then speaking of emails, so I'm not sure how many people know this, but we have ways to follow up automatically, 2 different ways. when someone clicks on a particular ad campaign. The first one of those is called notification email. So we don't recommend this necessarily for everyone, because what this means is you're going to send a notification email to, let's say, Cindy in your lending department that's heading up the, let's say, the HELOC promotion. And every time someone clicks on the HELOC campaign, Cindy's going to get an email. So that's a great way to do if you have a, I'm going to say, a low volume campaign, maybe mortgage, or a particular type of credit card, commercial loan, that sort of thing. Or we've got a way we're going to talk about in a minute that over a period of time, maybe from day to day, you send an email over to Cindy in lending that has a list of everyone that has clicked in the last 8 hours or last couple of days or whatnot. Okay. But the one that's really powerful, the one I love so much, is this guy. And this is the one that says, hey, as soon as someone clicks, we're going to send an email such as, thank you, David, ABC Credit Union is here to help. And it's going to appear to come from someone, I don't have it showing here in this example, but it would come from somebody in your lending department or your branch manager or what have you, their name, their email, and if that individual replied to this, and you can customize the message, if that user replies, it will go to Jenny Jones, who is the investment specialist. And incidentally, just for fun, these acronyms down here, I made those up. I don't know what they mean, but they just kind of look like what investment specialists have trailing behind their name. So Jacob, once again, do you know how many people use this capability? By the way, you can schedule this email as soon as the click occurs, the next day at 8 o'clock, 2 days later, that kind of thing. So it doesn't have to be creepy, if you will, or seem so robotic. It could be if, 9 o'clock the next day, that's when Jenny gets to work kind of thing. Anyway, Jacob, what do you think? How many people are using this?
I think the click to email feature does get some use from our customers. The notification email, as you mentioned, depending on the volume of clicks that you think you might receive, gets a little bit less use because you're getting a notification every time there's a click. I know some people kind of supplement that with the scheduled click report once a week that just shows you all clicks. So sometimes that gets a little less use, but that click to email feature is really valuable, especially when you want to follow up on a personalized level with everyone who's interacting.
That's right. Perfect. So some of you probably are going scratching your head there. Thank you, David. And then I say, hey, hi, John. Okay, so I fabricated this email for you. And obviously I goofed that up. So sorry about that. But I think you get the gist of it. So consider using this and let us help you set that up. It'd be awesome. And again, frees up your lending department, so forth, to have to do an actual initial outreach based on a click, because this happens here. Okay, good stuff. All right, and then reporting. So we talked about it just a minute ago. When you can set up an automated report that will be sent out of DeepTarget with a list of leads or clicks on a periodic basis. We're going to show that. You can also do the monthly management report. And then finally, you have access directly in DeepTarget to all of the impressions, clicks, and new account opens simply by exporting to a CSV. So I know many of you guys do that. So let's take a look at that schedule report. So under reports, there is a listing that says schedule report, and it defaults to click report. And you can say, hey, I want to send the report, let's say yesterday's clicks, to Jane at financial.org. I want it to go weekly on Fridays at 8 a.m. And you can actually encrypt it. Certainly in today's security situation, you want to encrypt it, put a password on it, and just share that with Jane here so that she knows it. And then this is going to happen every Friday, could be every day, and so forth. So really powerful capability. Jacob, while I flip on, how many of our customers are using this? Do you know?
With the scheduled reporting, I think that this is pretty common. I'd
Yeah,
say that at least, 80 to 90% of our clients are
perfect.
scheduling a
Good.
management or a click report.
Awesome. Good, good. Well, and the second one is actually a management report. You can pick what you'd like to see from a management report, have that sent over. And let's say that you do a monthly manager report, then you might have it just sent monthly on a Friday at 8 a.m., that kind of thing, encrypted as well. Now, this has no user information. This is just summary type information. So you may not need to do an encryption on it. But once again, we can help you navigate any of these to show you how to best utilize them. And then everybody should know that on all our report displays, you can bottom right-hand side export that data to a CSV. It will export based on this settings cog here, the attribution that you have available. Now you can go into the settings and then increase the number of attributes, data fields that are downloaded. Or if you're missing one and can't get access to it, speak to us and we can make sure that that's part of your data ingestion so that you can then export it for your reporting. This is great for analysis to see who actually clicked on the credit card and get an understanding. Yeah, if you'd like to, and if you have the time to do that. Okay, that's just one example. And then certainly with influenced conversions, those new account opens, who are those individuals? You can see it here as well. Okay, you can see their entire journey. Okay, let's see. Then add display, campaign prioritization, and automatic rotation. I think we've talked about prioritization quite a bit, but under settings, you have the ability to prioritize campaigns. And what that means is if you drag this over or pop it over into this stack, that means every individual user that's targeted for a certificate special or a save to win, or even an all user campaign, honestly, it will be the first one that shows up every time they start a new session with online banking or mobile. So no matter what device they log into, it's going to dramatically increase impressions and engagement because that's the first one they see when they log in. So, but prioritize selectively. I was telling Jacob, one of our customers got carried away recently, I noticed yesterday, and prioritized everything. And that's reasonable if every campaign is targeted. So it likely doesn't include all the users. Those that just have a special audience will see it first. But just have to be careful. Okay, good. Jacob, how many of our customers prioritize their campaigns? Do you know?
I think a lot of our clients do prioritize. I know that there's special promotions everybody runs each quarter, and
That's
this
right.
is a really great way to filter that traffic to those campaigns while they're available.
That's right. And then what you can do is on the dashboard, you can watch, the bottom right scorecard is the most viewed campaigns in the last week. That campaign will start popping to the top of that list, which will have a dramatic impact. Okay. And then don't forget about under settings, under add priorities, add rotation. This new capability that we turned on for everybody, we didn't turn it on. We released everybody last year. The horizontal rotation, kind of a 3D spin, and it can, and I'll show you, it's going to dramatically increase eye engagement. You guys have seen it, I'm sure, and we're hoping everybody has turned it on. This is an example of a mobile environment, but very catchy. We're the only system out there in the financial space that actually does this. And just be aware that when you turn it on, it is a global setting. So you can't do it per campaign. It's across the board because obviously every campaign starts flipping then. So if you're not using it, please consider doing it. It's had dramatic effects as well. So Jacob, how many of our customers are using this guy? Do you know?
I think this is a pretty cool feature that we've talked with a lot of clients about, and it's getting adopted more and more as time goes on. I'd say maybe
Yeah.
about 50% of our clients use it.
So they're just not aware of how easy it is to turn on. I've been on a call with a customer and showed it to them. Again, everybody's busy and they didn't realize it had happened. And I clicked, she said, yeah, let's turn it on. VP of marketing. We turned it on and she went, wow, I love this. So um, hats off to Heather at LBS Credit Union. So great stuff. All right. So what about data automation? Well, we automatically ingest your data, hopefully with you guys every day. Many are still on a monthly or a bi-monthly or even a weekly, but we suggest everybody go daily. It's the most relevant data for the system. And you can add data to that. So that's a separate conversation. But if you want to augment your data that you use for targeting, we can support multiple files and data fields coming in to be utilized in our targeting. Okay, so be aware of that. Automatic campaign stack update. So every time we get a data update, all new campaign lists, targeted lists, audiences are recalculated. Why is that important? Because data underneath will change and we'll say, John took out an auto loan yesterday or a credit card. So he should no longer qualify for an auto loan or a credit card campaign to free up that space because it's no longer relevant for John. Okay, so that's important. Batch list processing. So campaigns with lists can be loaded on data load with new or updated lists. So this is powerful as well. So we want to make sure that you're aware of that if you're using target by list. This can all be automated for you. So that's awesome. And then finally, we have an analytics API. So we have many customers today that use the CRM, and we can help you set up. We are fully enabled for a API access to clicks, leads, what have you, in our system. And that can be pulled directly into your CRM as an automated process or in real time or at a particular set time. Okay, so be aware of all that. Jacob, any comment on the data?
No, my comment on well, okay, yes, I do have a comment on the data, and it's that we really can do a lot of powerful things with the data. And so I've always stressed, if there's something you think you want to do with the data, just send us an email, because at worst we'll say, maybe we don't have the data to do that today, but we can get the there's,
That's right.
if you have any ideas, I like to always hear them, because we can make them as close to a reality or a reality as possible. you
That's
know
right. That's right. And just realize we've got a lot of customers that engage with us weekly with different concepts, different ideas, that sort of thing. And we love that. So you're open to do that as well. And don't forget, we offer free training. So once again, we're pretty rare in the industry today now. No cost, no ticket needs to be filed. Let us know who needs to be trained. Let us see how that let's see how that goes. And we'll jump on and train your team up. Okay. All right. Perfect. So just to recap, campaign administration, reporting your results, and campaign ad display, and data ingestion, all areas that have automation, which is really cool and really powerful for you. Okay. So one quick comment about Gen AI, generative AI. Not sure if you guys have seen, we have introduced a new capability we have trademarked called Ad Buzz. And it's an ability to go and create an ad using generative AI for the images, for the call to action, for the message. And it's awesome. And it's all copyright-free imagery. And it can be pretty interesting what it does, but it's getting better and better, the generative AI. So Jacob, what do you think of our new AdBuzz capability?
I think it's really cool. And so you can play around with a lot of cool stuff, but it's a really straightforward way to take an image combine it with some text and an action in a very simple manner, and then you can actually even take that file directly from the AdBuzz and import it right into
There
the
you go.
DXP.
That's right.
So it's a really easy and smooth process, and it comes up with some pretty creative stuff. I've really enjoyed using it in support of my clients for the managed services that we've been doing for some
Well,
customers.
great comment. So don't forget about our managed services. And look at that. I'm sorry, I have an Access Softtek logo there. My apologies. So we we love Access Softtek and all of our other customers, Jack Henry and Q2 and so forth. But we do managed services, and we are over 20 accounts right now. 20 of our customers, over 10% have signed up to let us run the system for them. So be aware of that. It's a really powerful capability. We optimize, we're the experts, and so we're real excited to offer that. So reach out if you'd like to discuss that as well. And I think that's it. So it's time for Java Joy. So,
Yeah. Well, we had a question come in, David, so I just want to
oh,
take a
good.
moment to answer
Yeah,
that.
yeah, please do. Thank you.
And so it was a great question that came in back to the email automation. And so if you
Okay.
do set up that click to email where the automated email is going to the member after they click, or customer after they click, um, that is able to be opted out. So we do have
Oh,
that feature, and if a account holder decides to opt out, that's handled on the Deep Target side. We add them to the list so that they don't get any emails. Nothing you need to do from the customer or from the financial institution side.
awesome, awesome. So I'm glad you brought that up. And we're going to talk about it more next month and the month following, but I'll give you a little sneak preview. We're going to add this year an email capability to your campaigns that is going to shoot out emails to your customers. So you don't have to then take that list and go into an email system. So it's not going to be as powerful, I'll say, as a constant contact, but it's going to be a way that I've talked to many customers, it's more than what they already do with their email system. And so it's something they're going to utilize and opt out of their complicated email system. So won't be the answer for everybody, but I want to make sure that you guys are aware that's coming, and we're excited about that. Okay, Jacob, Java Joy, drum roll.
All right. And so this month's Java Joy winner is going to be Kristen Beal.
Awesome. Kristen, thank you for joining us today. We hope you've enjoyed the webinar. We hope you enjoy a Starbucks coffee on us, especially in this cold weather time. I'll be in touch with you shortly about that e-coffee, if you will. And we want to thank everybody so much for joining us today. In fact, next month, we're going to talk about that AI and machine learning in more depth and look at AdBuzz and how we're incorporating that and the results of using targeted by predictive model. We think you will find it really powerful. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, Jacob, for being a part of our show today. And hopefully we'll have Helen back next week, next month. And you guys stay warm and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.